Good morning, Higher Hope. Today is Wednesday, April 1st, April Fool's Day. And as I was thinking about today, there are times that this whole journey feels like a dream, feels like an April Fool's joke. And just sometimes you just want to wake up and say, all right, well, is this the way it's supposed to be? Is this a dream? And yet we're here. We're walking through this period of time where we're in isolation. Now, I want to spend a little bit of time we're talking about relationship and connecting with people. And in the Garden of Eden, God's looking over, the way he does it is pretty amazing. He creates something and said, oh, that's good, and that's good, and that's good. And he's always looking around and just enjoying, delighting in what he has made. And when he gets to almost done, almost complete, there's nothing broken yet in the world. There's no sin that has entered yet. He has this phrase in Genesis 2:18. The Lord God said, "It's not good for man to be alone. I will make a helper suitable for him." It's not good for man to be alone. And what we find in our souls right now is that for a period of time, loneliness or being alone is okay. We can handle it. But when we're really in isolation, when we're feeling alone, we feel like we're off, or we feel like something's not right. That we tend to struggle. We tend to go into almost depression when we go through extended periods of time when we're alone. I mean, think about the studies that have been done on babies when they are left alone, and how broken and hurt they are from that. Think about what is the punishment in some correctional facilities when someone's not doing what they're supposed to do. They go into isolation, and isolation in every aspect is difficult. Now, here's the truth. That a lot of people are walking through life in a crowd of people who feel isolated. Isolation is not always about being removed from people. Sometimes the most isolated we ever feel is when we're in a group of people and we feel like we don't aren't seen, aren't noticed, aren't valued there. But right now we're in this season of isolation, of being alone, separated. We have possibly our families, possibly our spouses, possibly we have nobody, and we're feeling the weight of that. And part of what I hope that as we're walking through this is we value relationship more. Value relationship over money, value relationship over our house and our things, value relationship over our job. That as we're looking at this feeling that many people are feeling right now of isolation and loneliness, they'll see that God created in us this desire to do life with people, and that I hope coming out of this, we have a greater urgency in our lives, in our church, and in our society to do relationship well. Let me just highlight one of the things that we need in relationship, and it goes on to the end of this same chapter, and it's a really interesting verse that has a whole lot of context to it that we'll maybe lean into some other time. But it says, Adam and his wife were both naked, and they felt no shame. The ideal relationship is where we feel seen and known. We want to be seen. We want to be like, hey, I see you. I see how your facial expression is. I see how what you're feeling through you aren't just a number in a crowd. You are seen as an individual. Your name. You have a name. You're not just a number. You're a name, and you feel valued. And we, in a relationship, need to be seen, and we also need to be known. But the hard part in being known is that we are all in hiding. We all feel shame. We all feel like there's parts of us that we don't want people to know. And sometimes we test it, because sometimes even when we share what we're feeling, we feel rejected by what we have said, by not feeling that we are known. And so as we are walking through this season right now, and we always end with a tool or a way to apply this. The tool is, who are you seeing and who are you knowing? Does it make sense? As in this, like, don't just walk through life looking at ourselves and, hey, I feel isolated, I feel unknown. but who are we walking with? Who are we connecting with right now where we can say, hey, I see you? And two, to allow them to open themselves up to be known by you. And understand that that knowledge of somebody is a growth thing. We shouldn't open ourselves up and kind of share everything that we're experiencing, everything that we're feeling, every brokenness that we have. We have to earn trust in that. We have to be able to trust that person and then slowly share things that allow them to see and know you. The deepest relationships are the ones where we're seen and known. And I'm wondering today if you could take a step into that kind of relationship. Seeing someone and then trying to know them, allowing them to open themselves up to you. Say, I trust you, that I'm worthy of your trust. See, when we don't feel like we trust somebody, we can't really allow them to know us. And so this morning and this afternoon, what I'm hoping that you can do over the next week is, as we are in this isolation, don't be isolated. Take the opportunity to use technology, whether it's a phone or whether it's a Facebook call or whether it's an email, and maybe it's even face to face with someone in your family that's with you, and really see them and really find ways to know them.